the whole time when you're using this mount, you're just looking at her cheeks. I kind of respect you. Chat, was I wrong about Azur Promilia? Actually going to be based and good? Is he going to be based and good? I'm still got issues with the combat. Like, major issues, not going to lie. You know, incredibly cluttered. Doesn't look anything spectacular. Looks serviceable, but that clutter's just ridiculous. But is this based and good? See, these guys are smart. These guys are smart as well. So basically, you're capturing a Pokemon here. But instead of throwing a ball, you're throwing a card. Can't sue me if I don't use a ball. I'm a lot more warm to this than I was before. Actually, a lot more warm to it. I've still got a lot of worries for it though. And I still don't know if it's going to be for me personally. I do think this is going to be for some people though. And I've stood by this even when I said before about the game. I think this game will be very successful. I think this is going to be a big game. Shall we see what the devs have got to say? We'll skip through, but we'll look at what they've got to say. I don't really want to listen to them yapping through the entirety of it, if I'm honest. I'm not that interested in that stuff. You know, Spirit Walkers definitely shouldn't have missed this. They're talking about, so that's our name then. We're Spirit Walkers, yeah? We're Spirit Walkers. Backbone Killer, right? They're called Star Spirits, the characters are. We're the Spirit Walkers. Let's just skip through this. I'm not really interested in what they want to call us and stuff like that. Introduced to a new camera feature, which you can switch light into a different times of the day and night or dust moment. Okay, so we've got a camera mode. That's cool. I quite like the UI there, though. Let me just remove myself a second, chat. Kind of like that UI for the camera controls, actually. It's kind of nice. I like the styling. I'm here for that. Okay. Positives. Positives. So yeah, we're just looking at camera stuff here. Looking at modes. Okay. Game's overall visuals have been further improved. Okay, so we're seeing armpits and tits. Bro. Dude, are they doing a sort of semi-translucent stuff going on with the material? They are, right? Or is that just a light in there? I swear that looks like... Bro, I'm tripping. I'm telling you. That actually fabric looks quite good, actually. So they've improved the fabric. We saw information before, didn't we, where they'd changed this. It might actually be older information, actually. Refining characters, in-game performance, that's kind of cool as well. Star Spirits Keyboard. Okay, this is the creatures that you can get. This is like your Pokemon, basically, in the game. Which we got a mount here as well. Try attacking them while you're in flight. Oh, shit. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. We've got mount combat. That's kind of cool. All right, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. That's actually kind of cool. Looks a little bit stiff. They'll nibble on sugar heart cabbages. Okay. Oh, they're like mimics then. Okay, so this is where like the Pal World stuff comes in, right? This is where the Pal World stuff comes in. So we collect these creatures. These creatures can do busy work. They're slaves, basically. They can do busy work for us, right? It looks like we can have them tending gardens, our place. Looks like we can get them to do other things as well. So okay, it looks like we've got little helpers here through the creatures and stuff, right? The keyballs. Right, so they're doing a bit of gathering for us here. So I'm guessing you can have some sort of auto farming with them as well. Okay, this is just little animations. Water and air. What, so you can use mounts on water? Ah, I thought it was going to go under the water. That'd be cool if they could go under the water. But that's still cool, though. See, people think I hate stuff like this because I wasn't a fan of the bike, right? If the game's designed around it from fundamentally from the start, what can you say, right? It is what it is. You know, it's when stuff changes. Just want to get that in there because people are like, you like mounts? I thought you hate mounts, bro, you fucking smooth brain. Chibo meant the cheetah. Does he go fast? Agility and nimbleness. It runs even faster on land. For a cheetah, he's pretty slow. It's pretty slow, To be fair.
精致测试中收获了高人气的森彩灵蝶
Spirit Butterfly.
测试中开放
Oh, she's going to be a mount as well.
难道说可以骑在森彩灵蝶身上？
这你可就猜错了。森彩灵蝶的骑乘方式和我们之前展
It almost feels a little bit too anthropomorphic to be a mount, if I'm honest.
示过的坐骑都不相同。来看看，
哎，它
Oh,
不
it carries ya? Okay, that's actually kind of cool. So it looks more like a glider, but it's a mount. Okay, I like the idea that they're playing around with how you interact with the mount. Okay, I'm here for that. I'm here for that.
未来我们也会开发出更多的坐骑形式，请心灵者
Damn, she got some thick thighs for a butterfly chick.
多多期待吧。通过上次测试，各位心灵者可能已经知道了，我们的部分 BOSS 是可以被
Some of the
捕获的
bosses can be
听
captured.
起来本次测试中也会有这样的 BOSS 登场。
被你说中了。接下来介绍的是本次测试的另一个重头戏——全新 BOSS
Shadow Wing.
窃影之翼。
So is this a mount as well then?
从图上
Does
不
it
难
become a
看
mount?
出，锋利的爪子和带有
Massive
尖刺
spike
的巨大
wings.
翅膀都是它赖以生存的武器。
为了对付这位难缠的敌人，我们可要认真编队，组成合理的阵容。
和之前一样，心灵者可以同
I wonder if the boss can become a interact. I wonder if the boss can become a mount,
时上阵3名角色
or it just
和3
becomes
只
like a
鸡波
better
在此基础上，本次测试全新开放了灵
soullet system.
心灵者可以
Okay, so star bearers can equip characters with suitable soulets. Okay,
为角色装备合适的灵子，灵子能提供不同的增益，
Various buffs,
在战斗
okay.
中起到事半功倍的效果。
除此
I'm guessing that acts as like gear. I'm assuming.
之外，可以看到灵子延续了我们一直以来的美术风格，动态
For science.
延续了我们一直以来的美术风格，
She got the hiccups,
动态效
boys.
果也是
Yay, light cones. Okay, that's kind of crazy, Recall. The animations effects are very lively too. You can say that. You can say that.
装备好灵子后，我们正式进入实际演
Okay, so once the souls are dropped, oh, okay, they change your actual appearance and stuff as well. We'll move now into the live demo. Okay, we got some gameplay.
之翼有哪些独特的技能吧？
Okay, this is Shadow Wing. Kind of like that design, you
战
know.
斗开始，先使用米莎的新凭记远程攻击敌人。注意，窃影之翼快速冲锋，换七色飞鹿登场，新
Bro, that's my issue a little bit though. That's my issue a little bit though, right? Is that, bro, that shit goes crazy in terms of like, I feel like I'm gonna have an epileptic fit. Do you know what I mean? Like the amount of visual clutter on screen is insane.
先使用米莎的新凭记远程攻击敌人。注意，窃影之翼
What's happening?
快速冲锋换七
I don't even know what's happening. You know?
色飞鹿登场，新
It's a bit too much, man.
造成伤害。窃影之翼发动了突进攻击，精准防御，顺势切换成红宝石追加伤害，再次触发精准防御和齐波和。
Okay, let me just see what they're saying here, because I'm kind of curious a bit how like rotations work and stuff.
会向前冲刺，并对
So Shadow Wing dashes forward, dealing damage to enemies. Performed a charge attack. Precision guard activated. So that's like a parry, I guess.
切换成红宝石
Switch to
追加
Ruby to add extra damage. Okay. So precision guard. I'm assuming that's some sort of like defense parry type of move. Then we switch into this character to take effectively extra damage from that,
伤害，
or she can at
再
least.
次触发精准防御。
Okay, trigger a precise defense and coordinated keyboard combo. Okay, so you can bring your monsters in here as well. This is a little bit like what Rewinding Cadence is doing, right? Where it looks like you've kind of got like stands in that.
和齐波合击，窃影之翼的架势槽被击破倒地。
Okay, we brought the enemy.
使用红宝石的星
There you can deal big damage. Ruby's ultimate. It's kind of cool.
窃影之翼进入狂吸，
Shadow Silhouette Wings has come into a frenzy.
释放出大量蝙蝠群进攻，需要通过闪避躲开它们。窃影之翼潜入阴影中，变得不可选中。它的分身会从四面八方出现，并不断向场中释放虚线冲击，注意躲避直线范围。
直线出现的间隔越
These mechanics I'm okay with, actually. These sorts of mechanics I'm okay with. This visual will kill a Victorian child. Yo, what's up, Skybird? Yeah, the visual clutter's insane, man. Like, you need to be able to turn this down a little bit. But so far, in terms of, like take away the visual clutter, the raw combat itself, it's looking better than what I saw of it before, right? I'm actually... This looks better. They just need to tone that shit down now, bro. Because, like... That's going to give people fucking holes in the macula. You know, your retinas are getting destroyed with this shit. Okay. Well, these animations look kind of clean, though. Being hit, be careful, use Misha's assistant, heal. Okay. That's a nice heal animation, actually. I'm assuming it's a heal, right? Focus dodge. That's a perfect dodge, I'm assuming, yeah? Some of these animations are actually kind of clean, though, right? Honestly, kind of clean. Clutter aside, I'm just worried it isn't doing... Oh, I still agree with that. I definitely agree with that. It's rotation-based combat. It visually doesn't stand out from anything that we've got, right? Thematically, either, by the looks of it. I'm just saying that the combat definitely looks better than what I've seen before in terms of a raw, playable sense. You know, put it in a vacuum and everything else doesn't exist. It does look better. But that visual clutter is insane, bro. Insane. Like, I don't know if I could play this for long periods of time with that. Looks very standard for the market. Yeah, it's nothing spectacular. It just looks better than what it did because it looked kind of weak before. It just looks... Again, I think this is Azur Promilia's problem, which will sell a lot of people. We've seen this before, right? We've definitely seen this before. Okay, just talking about bosses here. Different challenging bosses, yeah. Okay. They also that sort of stuff. Depends on my Jurassic in battle. Okay, talking about the keyboards. Okay, what's this here? Okay, so the keyboards basically giving us a CC here. It's bringing them all together so we can clap them. Cool Cuts Chipotle trick. What the fuck? So I suppose, in a sense, it's not like you've got 6 units, but it sort of is in a way. You've got 3 units, and then you've got the additional benefits of the other units as well. I wonder if, with this then, because it looks like you can catch these Keybos in the world. Is there going to be weapon gacha in this game? Because we've got those cards, right, that look a little bit like light cones. You know, like... And it looks like I'm guessing you can freely use the Keybos you want, or are they attached to characters? I think you can use them freely, right? They're more synergistic with the particular characters and particular teams? I would assume, right? Because that's where, like, team building would come in, right? Yeah, man, this clutter's ridiculous, though, man. It's actually crazy. Infinite stagger. Okay, so that one can do infinite stagger. We've got CC. Okay. More combat modes for Star Wardens. Okay. You can team up with other players to take on dungeons, defeat formidable foes. That's kind of cool. That was something I was desperately asking in Wuthering Waves for the longest time. Okay, solo challenges. You choose 3 characters, 3 Gibbos to bring into the battle. Is that Emmy's translation? Because I said Gibbos before, right? Gather teammates by recruiting or inviting them. So wait, do you have a 3-player team? So there's 9 total units available to the whole thing, I guess.
者造成的伤害会显示在画面的左侧，换韩悠悠登场来清理成群的敌人。
阿比和韩悠悠的新名技一起输出，成果显著。
Do you really like the idea? Do you really like the idea of these cooperative dungeons? It's just how well they make them, though, right?
本次演示关卡的最终 BOSS 是巨刺凶鸟。我们先保持远程输出，让阿比
You're immune to visual clutter because of Warframe.
BOSS 的驾驶槽被击
Yeah, this is insane, oh man. Some of that shit, though.
阿比在全力输出，
This isn't so bad.
刷紧使用红宝石的星绝技，对他造成大量伤害吧。
并肩作战的感觉真好。
Some of the animations do look really clean. The actual character
突
animations.
出，不妨给他一个真棒作为鼓励吧。
How in depth they will be, though, right? Okay, new game mode. Treasure Expedition.
需要和提
Star Wars and set off on an adventure together with TT Nono.
诺诺一起展开冒险。在冒险过程中，星临者会遇到随机的挑战
Random
每一次的
challenges.
选择都可能
Each choice can influence an adventure's final
影
outcome.
响该
Okay.
次冒险的最终结果。
Have we got potential roguelike stuff here? It's full of surprises and unknown
未
challenges.
知的挑战呢？
不过星临者也不用过于担心，随着冒险的不断深入
Adventure
队伍
progresses, the
获得
team will
不同
gain
加持
various
帮
buffs.
助
Okay.
星临者顺利通关。由于时长原因，这
Due to time constraints, we won't go into details here.
可以
Okay.
透露下部分加持的效果。
Are we seeing some sort of potential roguelike kind of thing here, or something with some roguelike systems, maybe? It looks like you're only with one character is here as well. You don't have the team either.
看起来像是齐波的幻影。
是只有在寻宝奇旅中才能见到的画面哦。
Okay, so this scene, I'm guessing this abilities, this what you can do, only appears in this treasure-seeking adventure. I mentioned this in my video in regards to Edge Space, actually, to potentially have buffs and team synergy attachments or items that you can pick up that are specific to that allow you to have like wacky, crazy teams that do insane damage and insane stuff, but they only work within Edge Space because outside of it, they really don't have much synergy. I think that sort of stuff would be cool, man.
具体的玩法就请星临者自行探索
Okay.
吧。
Sounds interesting.
在心智测试中，星临者
Have 52 minute time. Did I miss that?
有趣的大世
Have you
界
got-
解谜玩法也得到了保留和拓展。
比如变身菜鸡的玩法，心灵者能够变身。
Okay, so it looks like you can turn into one of the
直
monsters.
起飞
随着星临者来到弗利斯城邦，这个玩法也会变化为变身腹甲球，
Transform into armor sphere that aims and
发
fires.
射，尽可能击倒所有目标，完成挑战吧。
Okay, it just looks like silly little throwaway
开
challenges.
放另一种多人合作的玩法
Multiplayer co-op mode.
义卖星潮。
Charity Star Tide.
首先，星临者需要
Bro, it's just insane that the whole time when you're using this mount, you're just looking at her cheeks. I kind of respect you. Okay. So you need to
图
find
上找到已激活的义卖
the
星潮
location of the activated Righteous Vein Star
的
Nest.
位置。
Okay.
到达星潮后，点击进入。此时，星临者能够确认该星潮中的超异奇波、
Ultra Anomalous Wave.
挑战限时时长、基础掉落等信息。
Time
这
limit
一次
basic
我们以
drops.
身彩灵蝶的义卖星潮为例，
Okay.
心灵者可以发起单人挑战，
You can initiate a solo challenge. You can go co-op.
好友的方式，组满3人开启多人挑
Full
战。
party of 3.
正式进入战斗。我们需要一边阻止超
Okay, so this is like the TFT stuff.
星劫之音
Okay, so
超异奇波
this isn't actually PvP. This is co-op, and you're playing against a computer. Ah, okay. So I thought this was PvP. So it's co-op PvE. Okay.
的血量，直至超异奇波被击败即可挑战成功。合理搭配奇波组合，并在合适的时间和位置部署奇波，是击败超异奇波的关键。同时，也不要忘记躲避超异奇波的技能。我方奇波如果和角色距离较近，可能受到波及。
配合战术指令的增益，能让我们更快取得胜利哦。
Base game already.
击败森彩灵蝶了，是与其星劫的好机会。在义卖星潮内，星劫卡的品质依然会影响星劫的成功率。这次让我们用最高品质的星劫卡来尝试一下。
可惜失败了。
We were trying to catch it, yeah.
我们再试一次。
See, these guys are smart. These guys are smart as well. So basically, you're capturing a Pokemon here. But instead of throwing a ball, you're throwing a card. Can't sue me if I don't use a ball.
成功与森彩灵蝶星劫，在义脉星潮中星劫奇波，有概率获得超异因
A
子。
super anomaly. Ah, so these work out kind of like shinies or something then.
此外，在横须测试中，心灵者将有机会星劫大世界中尚未存在的奇波。
心灵者不妨试试看哦。
Psychics to get a chance to trigger a wave that's not in.
除了更丰
What's
富
it
的
say?
战斗玩法之外，
Besides offering richer
我们
content. And we got fishing! Chat, was I wrong about Azur Promilia actually going to be based and good? Is he going to be based and good? I'm still got issues with the combat. Like, major issues, not going to lie. You know, incredibly cluttered. Doesn't look anything spectacular. Looks serviceable, but that clutter's just ridiculous. But is this based and good?
增加了更多休闲玩法，比如钓鱼玩法。
钓鱼佬狂喜，期待各位心灵者晒出自己的成果。
Forward to Psyche showing off their
说完了新玩法，
Oh, I thought it was going to show us some of the fishing. I need to see if it's good.
比如上次测试中的奇波对决玩
Keyboard
法。
dual mode.
战前编队界面中可以看到当前关卡的推荐。
Oh wait, so wait. Is this PvP then? Is this the PvP that I was thinking of? I didn't quite say.
属性了，选择正确的属性能够提高心灵者战胜对手的成功率。
Beating their opponent.
进入
I'm
对决，
thinking this is PvP then, yeah. This is actually PvP. Holy shit, dude. The amount of like modes it seems that got in this already kind of seems crazy, if I'm honest. So we've got PvP, TFT style combat, PvE. We've got fishing. We've got co-op dungeon runs, solo dungeon runs. We can look at a butterfly's ass while we float around the map as well, which is kind of based, you know. An anthropomorphic butterfly as well. I'm not a weirdo.
在保留原有视角的同时，我们增加了俯视角，能帮助心灵者在对决时更好地掌控全局。拖动视角，心灵者不需要移动自身，也可以快速看清场上的局势。
Okay.
在放置奇波时
Talking about the camera options here.
克制效果，能对敌方奇波
Using
造成
keyballs to
更高
counter
伤害
effects to do more
这里
damage to the enemy
同
keyboard.
时克制冰速狼和冰灵偶，一箭双雕。
此外，相信心灵者也发现了，双路会增加
The
对
two
决的
lanes makes duels more complex.
打
Okay.
击心灵者能否击败强敌呢？就让我们在
It
测
says
试
can a
中见
psychic defeat a powerful enemy? But is that another player? Or what?
分晓吧。
我们也有收到
Hold on, I need to go back if they actually say anywhere there that's PvP, because it didn't seem like they did. But it seems like it's PvP, right?
恭喜！期待各位心灵者晒出自己的成果。
说完了新玩法，
Now that we've covered the new
再来讲讲
features,
玩法
let's move on to
方面
gameplay
的优化比如
optimizations.
上次测试
Keyboard dual mode we had in the last
中的奇
test.
波对决玩法，
Well, dual mode just screams PvP, right? Dual mode just screams PvP. It's got to be right.
战前编队界面中
Or is it
可以
not?
看到
It just says level 50 though, so but it's got a name. But that could be just the name of an NPC, right? Kind of looks like an NPC. It doesn't look like one of the characters that anybody they've showed off. So I think this is probably an because I would imagine it'd show the character that they've got in their squad that they're using. I would think, yeah.
当前关卡的推
Maybe
荐属性了。
is
选
PvE?
择正确的属性，
更好的掌控全局，
Okay
造成更
觉得复杂。
并做了一
Yeah, I
些
don't know.
对应
心灵者能否击败强敌呢？就让我们在测
Okay
试中见分
Still
晓吧。
looks kind of cool though.
我们也有收到心灵者
Definitely would like it if it was
关于家园系统的
PvP though.
反馈，并做了一些对应的优化。
Okay, looks like we've got the our
首
world
先
farming stuff here as well.
增加了网
Okay
格线预览，不用担心地块放歪的问题了。另外，我们简化了制作配方，部分配方可以直接用开采的原材料制作成品。
不可制作的配方
It
会
seems
是
like that's what we're seeing now, potentially, right, with this next wave of gacha games. Maybe that's the new thing. Well, we've seen it with at least this. Obviously, we're getting it with Enfield as well, where it's like, right, you had Genshin, Wua came along and was like, right, we'll do Genshin, but we'll improve action combat, right? And then we've got Enfield that's come along and okay, will do that. But they're all different games, right? But Enfield is drastically different. We'll do that, but we'll like add in factory building and stuff like that. And then it's like these guys are coming along going, okay, then we'll bring in like Pokemon and TFT and fucking, fucking farming and shit. It looks like we're definitely looking at a merger of genres attempting to come in there, right? You know, we've got the open world. Let's bring in multiple genres into the open world as well and try and mix it up a little bit. Yeah, you got NTE with that looks like sort of a shop mechanic system and a bit more slice of life stuff as well. Racing and stuff like that as well, right? That seemed like a core component of the game. So yeah, it seems like that's like the next stage right now. We're like open world, but we're like, right, what other systems from different games can we bring? Which is good, because that adds replayability, right? Because at the end of the day, these games can't work alone on look at our open world, because with them being gacha games, it forces a particular way to treat the world, right? And there's only so much you can get from the world. You know what I mean? Like, I love Enfield's world, but I think it's better that it hasn't got fully open. But I love the exploration. I like Wooer's world, but their exploration started to go in a direction for me that's making the world less important. Here, I think you've got games that are starting to realise, okay, the open world's going to be there for you to explore. Let's give you fun things to do, but let's give you a bunch of other stuff to do outside of that, because, you know, I am a believer that, especially in gacha games and in open world games anyway, it can become a bit of a barrier to enjoyment after a while, and you end up just wanting to get from point A to B as fast as possible. And you don't want that, right? That's why you got to give you lots of fun things to do in the world and enjoyable places, either through really good exploration and friction or lots of activities, right?
是为灰色，同时新增了近期制作的分类，方便心灵者查看近期常用的配方。
Okay, so we got like recipes and stuff.
之外，还有很多其他的优化，这里就先不展开介绍了。
Okay, seems like that's everything.
新的家园外观。
Well, there. Haven't shown the mind shape at the exterior of the new home yet. So what are we, mind shapers? Star fucking spirits? The fuck? Fucking translations are fucking me up here.
要给心灵者展示呢。
来了，家园系统中可以通过升级。
Okay, so this is our home system as well then. Okay, so we've got a housing system.
可种植区域。
Kind of cool.
同时，家园的外观也会发生变化。 由之前的夏露露村。
Okay, let me go back. So it's, appearance can change and stuff.
家园系统中可以通过升
Use
级
the
功能
advancement
扩大家
feature.
园中的
Expand the plantable areas in the garden and
种植
homeyard.
区域。同时，
At the same time, the appearance of the home will
家园的
change.
外观也会发生变化。由之前的
Change from previous Yalulu village style to the Vliss city-state style. So I guess in a sense, this is almost like what some MMOs have tried to do, right? What it looked like, fuck, what's the one that's turned out to be a scam? You know, the MMO. Shit, man. What's it called? Anyway, that was going to have nodes where, like, you had towns, right? And you could build them up, right? They started off as, like, a little village and it could get built up. I like that idea. Shows, like, a progression, doesn't it? Of you, like, you know, doing your things.
夏露露村风格变为弗利斯城邦风格。
Okay.
在家园中，心灵者也可以与奇波
Mind Reader can also interact more intimately with the keyboard. This looks like where we can do some Pal World type shit. Looks like we're growing a egg here, right?
更加亲密的互动。
看，这里受到了心灵者的抚摸，采集看起来非常开心，头顶的菜叶都是。
Okay, so the main character is a Star Spirit. Is that what it is? The MC is a Star Spirit. We're the Mind Reader, and there was a, I don't know.
那我要摸摸碧羽玲珑的头。
以上就是横序测试旅行手册的
Okay.
全部内容了。非常感谢各位心
That's
灵
quite
者
a
的
lot
观
of
看。
content for a
无
beta,
论是角
right?
色细节的打磨，还是玩法内容的拓展，我们都希望能优化心灵者的喜爱与支持。我们会。
是的吗？
Okay, that was weird. All right. Ended up watching that for longer than I expected. To be fair, I didn't expect. Okay. I've still got lots of questions and I've still got lots of issues. Right? This is heavily front loaded with stuff. To be fair, that could be a good point. This is all you get, and this might be all you get for a while, right? Let's try and be sensible. I'm gonna say combat looks better definitely looks better. There's some actual genuinely good animations in the combat, and the combat itself, more than serviceable. It doesn't look like anything new or unique. At least it looks very by the by in terms of the combat itself. The clutter is ridiculous, though. It's far too much, like far too much for me. I hope there's some sliders in the game where you can turn that shit down, because, like, bro, there's gonna have to be, because, like, that's gonna kill people's mobile devices for one. I do like the look that looks like there's a lot of stuff to do. We've got co-op stuff. We've got PvE stuff with other players in co-op as well. We've got like Pokemon catching, little challenges. We've got mounts that actually look like mounts that don't look like they're ridiculously powerful. They all look like they've got, you know, a set sort of speed to them. They don't look crazy. We don't know if it is PvP. I think it's PvE, but I don't know. Maybe there's going to be PvP there. I feel like that mode is set up perfectly to be PvP, right? It feels like it is anyway. That one we weren't sure if it was PvE or PvP, so that could be a thing. So I will say, though, I do think that this looks better. Do you know what I mean? It does look better. And this is dropping tomorrow as well, I think, by the looks of the dates on here, right? The 3rd or the 4th, I'm guessing, right? So yeah, I've got to be honest, right? It looks better. I've been quite critical of this game, and I've still got a lot of those critics when it comes to the combat, when it comes to the visual style. It doesn't really stand out in terms of those things, right? But it looks like they're layering up on a bunch of systems here in trying to make it different. Are they going to be enough? Who knows? Why does that thing look like it's got, you know, those really pointy fucking bras that you see on the dancers sometimes with the tassels? It kind of looks, I don't know why I've seen that. It look like really pointy tits. There's lots of big boobs in this game as well, which is kind of based. A little bit weird to see all the massive boobs and then like a tiny little character there. It's like, okay, bro, you're fucking up my vibe now. But yeah, I'm a lot more warm to this than I was before, actually. A lot more warm to it. I've still got a lot of worries for it, though, and I still don't know if it's going to be for me personally. I do think this is going to be for some people, though, and I stood by this even when I said before about the game. I think this game will be very successful. I think this is going to be a big game. It's Manju, you know, it's coming from the Azur stuff. It's going to have an audience. It's going to have a massive audience, right? I wouldn't be surprised to see this when it drops to slot in with the big games and be one of the new big hitters, right? You know, what we got now, we got the big 5 people say now with Enfield, right? And, well, apparently it's EOSing, even though its mobile revenue is actually better than the game that's not EOSing. Anyway, is this part of the big 6? You know? Is NTE going to be the big 7? Like, we're going to be at the big 12 soon. That's the problem, though, right? Are we going to be at, like, the big 12? And it's going to be like 10 and the 12 are kind of the same game? That's the worry, isn't it? That's genuinely the worry, if I'm honest. And of course, you can't play them all. You're going to have to pick and choose your games. But you've got to give me a reason to pick you over this one. If I'm already playing this one and what you're offering me is the same, really, is that enough reason for me to stop playing that one and come play yours, right? They've got to start offering stuff now, haven't they? This is what these games have really got to do with, like, okay, you like that, we're doing that, but, you know, they're giving me an hand job. We'll do some other stuff as well, you know? We'll do whatever what do you want us to do? What do you want us to do? You know? I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah, man, this, yeah, I'm more positive towards it. But we'll have to see. Right? I'm sure we'll have, more gameplay coming out over the next few days because CN's going to be playing it, and as long as there's no NDA, which I don't think there will because there wasn't before, I think we're going to see plenty of gameplay soon. So yeah, I can let you know.